How does one rise from the depths of poverty to a successful estate developer? Hello, in this channel, we share true life stories of heroes. Are you one of them and you want your story to be shared on this channel? Please don't hesitate. Chat us so we can as well share your story on this channel. Let's dive into the story of James. James grew up in a place where hope was scarce as money. The neighborhood was full of makeshift houses known as Tash houses. Small, poorly constructed shelters made from whatever material could be found. These homes provided little protection from the elements, and life inside them was often just as harsh as the condition outside. The walls were thin, the roof leaked when it rained, and the floor were often just bare dirt. James' family had always lived in one of these thatched houses, and from a young age, he understood the struggle of making ends meet. His parents worked hard, but no matter how much they toiled, it never seems to be enough to lift them out of poverty. His family worked as a laborer at a construction site, while his mother took on odd jobs wherever she could find them, cleaning houses, washing clothes, anything that would put food on the table. Despite the hardship, James' parents were loving and supportive. They taught him the value of hard work and the importance of education. Even though they could barely afford to keep him in school, James was a bright student, always eager to learn, but the reality of his circumstances often weighed heavily on him. There were times when he went to bed hungry, times when he had to stay home from school because his family couldn't afford the fee, and times when he felt like his dreams were just that dreams that would never come to reality. But James refused to let his circumstances define him. He knew that education was his way out of poverty, and he was determined to make the most of the opportunity he had. He studied hard, often by candlelight, and did whatever he could to help his family. He worked part-time jobs after school, saving every penny he could, and on weekends he helped his family at the construction site. It was there, among the dust and the noise, that James first developed an interest in building and construction. As he watched the workers lay bricks, mix cement, and raise wall, James couldn't help but be fascinated by the process of creating something from nothing. He saw how buildings took shape, how they provided shelter and a sense of security, and he began to dream one day building homes, real homes, not thatched houses, but solid, well-constructed homes where families could live comfortably and safely. But that dream seems far away, almost impossible. James' family barely had enough money to survive, let alone send him to college. The idea of becoming an estate developer, of building homes and communities, seems like a fantasy, something only the wealthy could achieve. Yet, James held onto that dream with all his might, believing that somehow, some way, he could find a way to make it happen. After finishing high school, James faced a difficult decision. He knew his family couldn't afford to send him to college, and he didn't want to burden them with more expenses. So instead of pursuing higher education, he decided to enter the workforce full-time. It was a tough choice, but James knew that he needed to start earning money to support his family and save for his future. He took a job as a construction laborer, just like his father. The work was grueling, long hours under the hot sun, heavy lifting, and little pay. But James didn't complain. He saw every day as a step towards his goal, a chance to learn more about the construction industry and gain the skills he will one day need as a developer. He watched the foremen closely, learned from the engineers, and paid attention to every details of the building process. Despite the physical toll the job took on him, James never lost sight of his dream. He saved every bit of money he could, cutting back on personal expenses and living as frugally as possible. He also continued to educate himself, reading books on construction, architecture, and business in his spare time. He knew that if he wanted to break free from the cycle of poverty, he needed to arm himself with knowledge and skills. Years passed, and James slowly but steadily climbed the ranks in the construction industry. His hard work and dedication did not go unnoticed, and he was eventually promoted to a supervisor position. This was a turning point for James. It gave him more responsibilities, more experience, and a better income, but it also opened his eyes to the vast opportunity that existed in the world of real estate development. As a supervisor, James had the chance to work closely with developers and investors. He saw how they plan projects, secure funding, and manage construction site. He learned about the business side of real estate, how to negotiate deals, manage budget, and navigate the legal and regulatory aspect of development. It was during this time that James began to see a path forward, a way to turn his dream of becoming an estate developer into a reality. But James knew that in order to take that next step, he needed to take a risk. He had saved up a modest amount of money over the years, and he decided it was time to invest in himself. He left his job as a supervisor and started his own small construction company. It was a bold move, one that filled him with both excitement and fear. He had no guarantee of success, but he knew that if he didn't take the leap, he would never achieve his dream. The early days of running his own company were challenging. James had to juggle multiple roles, managing projects, handling finances, and finding clients, all while dealing with the uncertainties and setbacks that comes with starting a new business. There were times when he doubted himself, when he wondered if he had made a mistake by leaving the security of his job. But he pressed on, fueled by the vision of building homes and creating something lasting. Slowly but surely, James' company began to grow. He took on small projects at first, renovation, repairs, and modest construction jobs. He built a reputation for quality work and reliability, and word of mouth began to bring in more clients. As his business expanded, James started taking on larger projects, including the construction of small residential buildings. With each successful project, James' confidence grew. He reinvested the profit back into his company, buying better equipment, hiring skilled workers, and expanding his operation. He also began to network with other professionals in the real estate industry, architects, engineers, and investors, building relationships that will prove invaluable as he pursued his dream of becoming an estate developer. It wasn't long before James was presented with an opportunity that would change his life. A group of investors approached him with a proposal to develop a small estate on the outskirts of the city. It was a risky venture, one that required a significant upfront investment and careful planning. But it was also the chance James had been waiting for, the chance to transition from a small construction company owner to a full-fledged estate developer. James poured everything he had into the project. He worked tirelessly to design the estate, secure the necessary permits, and oversee the construction process. There were countless challenges along the way: delays, budget overruns, and unforeseen complications. But James faced each one head-on, drawing on the experience and resilience he had built over the years. When the estate was finally completed, it was a moment of triumph for James. He had done it. He had transformed his life from living in a thatched house to building homes for others. The estate was a successful, and it marked the beginning of a new chapter in James' life. He had proven to himself and to everyone else that with hard work, determination, and a willingness to take risks, it was possible to rise above any circumstance and achieve great things. Over the years, James continued to develop more estates, each one more ambitious than the last. His company grew into one of the most respected real estate development firms in the region, known for its commitment to quality and community. But no matter how successful he became, James never forgot where he came from. He remained humble, always remembering the lessons he had learned in the Tash house and the importance of giving back. James made it a priority to invest in the communities he built, ensuring that his development include affordable housing, green space, and amenities that improve the quality of life for residents. He also started a scholarship fund for young people from underprivileged backgrounds, giving them the opportunity to pursue education and careers in construction and real estate. Looking back on his journey, James knew that it hadn't been an easy road. There had been countless obstacles, moments of doubt, and times when the dream seems out of reach. But he had never given up. He had risen above the challenges, turned his circumstances into opportunities, and achieved something that once seemed impossible. Today, I am not just an estate developer. I am a symbol of hope and inspiration for others who face similar struggle. This story is a testament to the power of resilience, the importance of hard work, and the belief that no matter where you start in life, you have the potential to rise above and achieve your dreams. As I stood on the balcony of one of my development, overlooking the homes I have built and the lives I have touched, I knew that this was just the beginning. I had transformed my life, but this journey was far from over. There were still more dreams to chase, more communities to build, and more lives to change. And I was ready to rise above whatever challenge lay ahead and continue my journey. This is the true life story of James. Please, let us build this community together. Don't forget to like, comment, share this video. Thank you. You can as well share your own life story if you have anyone. Chat us up so we can share your story. Thank you. This is Whisper of the Hearts.